Let's go straight to the point. 1922. The war's over, the mustaches are questionable, and America's economy is strutting around like it just invented happiness. Factories swap tanks for toasters, vacuum cleaners, and those shiny new refrigerators that make your old icebox look like a caveman relic. The skyline's flexing, jazz is blaring like an early version of Wi-Fi. Nobody gets how it works, but everyone's pretending they do. Economists are out there saying, trust me, these roaring 20s will never stop roaring. Spoiler, they stop. Hard. Meanwhile, Henry Ford's assembly line is spitting out Model Ts like he's trying to speed-run capitalism. Cars flood the streets, oil companies are bathing in profits, and every American suddenly needs a radio because nothing says prosperity like listening to static and jazz at the same time. By 1929, 10 million homes are tuned in. Everyone's feeling rich, except farmers, who are out there playing financial limbo. Wartime demand vanished, crop prices tanked, and their shiny new tractors just help them go broke slightly faster. Then comes the real addiction, buying stuff you can't afford. Welcome to the era of buy now, pay later, a financial genius move where you get the thrill of ownership with the long-term joy of debt. Banks are practically throwing money at anyone with a pulse. Want a car? Finance it. Want a radio? Finance that too. Want shares in a company that sells hats for dogs? Oh, absolutely. Finance that immediately. And at the heart of it all, Wall Street, America's adult playground. Thanks to margin loans, you can buy $100 worth of stock with $10 in your pocket and blind faith in the future. Who cares about the other $90? It's the roaring 20s, baby. Stocks only go up. When your barber starts offering stock tips, you know civilization has peaked. Everyone's a genius until they aren't. Between 1924 and 1929, the Dow Jones quadruples. Companies start nesting holding companies inside other holding companies, like Russian dolls filled with nothing but paperwork and wishful thinking. A few buzzkills like economist Roger Babson warn that the whole thing's about to explode. Wall Street tells him to go touch grass and turns up the jazz, because obviously optimism is a business model. Then, October 29th, 1929, Black Tuesday, America wakes up rich and goes to bed broke. The market doesn't just fall, it swan dives into concrete. $14 billion evaporates in a single day, $200 billion in today's money. Real people's savings, homes, futures, poof. Traders scream, phones melt, and one poor guy allegedly has 2 heart attacks in one afternoon. That's the spirit. Outside, crowds gather in stunned silence, watching the economic equivalent of a train wreck in slow motion. The roaring 20s faceplant right into a brick wall. The ripple effect hits fast. Everyone who bought stocks on borrowed cash gets a lovely call from their broker saying, "Hey, remember that $90 you owe me?" Spoiler, they don't have it. Banks collapse under the weight of their own optimism. People bang on locked doors, begging for their life savings, while tellers try not to make eye contact. The chaos spreads overseas. American banks, in full panic mode, yank back loans from Europe, knocking the global economy over like a line of dominoes. Germany crumbles, Britain wobbles, and international trade shrinks to half within 3 years. Newspapers try to keep things cheery. Market adjusts, all good, right above photos of men pawning wedding rings for bread. President Hoover insists the economy is fundamentally sound. Sure, and I'm fundamentally a billionaire. By 1931, the party's over. The music's dead, the lights are off, and America's sitting in the dark wondering who kicked the plug. Factories grind to a halt, unemployment hits 25%, and men who built cars are now standing outside their own factories wondering how to feed their families. Bread lines stretch around corners, soup kitchens overflow, and teachers start reporting kids fainting in class. Not from boredom, but hunger. The so-called land of opportunity turns into a land of empty pockets and broken promises. Families lose everything. Dignity becomes a luxury. Suicide rates spike so high, newspapers can't keep up. The dust storms roll in next because apparently financial collapse wasn't dramatic enough. Years of over-farming strip the soil, the rain stops, and the wind decides to finish the job. The Great Plains become a sandbox of despair, literal black blizzards blotting out the sun. People pack what little they have and head west chasing rumors of jobs that don't exist. California or bust, the signs say. Mostly bust. President Hoover tries his best, sort of. Builds a dam, gives some speeches, insists federal aid would be un-American. Meanwhile, people are living in cardboard shanty towns sarcastically named Hoovervilles, wrapping themselves in Hoover blankets, aka newspapers, and turning out their Hoover flags, empty pockets. By 1932, veterans march on Washington begging for early bonuses. The government answers with tear gas and bayonets. Stellar PR move. By 1933, the country's broken, broke, and just about done pretending. Enter Franklin Delano Roosevelt, walking up to the podium with that calm, I got this energy. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself, he says. Finally, someone who can string a sentence together without gaslighting the nation. FDR wastes no time. The Civilian Conservation Corps hands unemployed men shovels and purpose. The Works Progress Administration gets people building roads, bridges, and schools. Actual jobs, not just promises. The Tennessee Valley Authority flips the switch and lights up homes that had never seen electricity. The country begins to glow again, one light bulb at a time. He doesn't stop there. The SEC is born to keep Wall Street from doing Wall Street things. The FDIC starts making sure your money doesn't vanish into banker fairyland. And then, Social Security. The government's way of saying, relax, we'll at least remember you exist when you're old. Artists, writers, photographers, they all get pulled in to document the comeback. Dorothea Lange's migrant mother photo sums it up best. She's not smiling, not celebrating, just surviving. And maybe that's the real moral of the whole mess. America didn't bounce back because it was fearless. It bounced back because it was too damn stubborn to quit. If you like this, I'll be posting more in the following days. Leave a like and subscribe to be updated.